Hi, this is Monster Restorer 91, and today I'm gonna put a train horn on my Chevy truck. I already did this video how to install the trumpet. You could check out my other video. So what you need is screwdriver, a cutter, wire cutter, crimper tool, and all the assembly of the Wolo Horn. 16 gauge will be good, and a drill bit, and so, yeah, drill bits for metal, not for wood. These are drill bits for metal. So I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna first remove the Chevy grill with a Phillips screwdriver, which is this one. And I'm gonna start drilling a hole so I could put the trumpet. I'm gonna change all this grill. I'm gonna put it into metal. I don't like plastic, so it's gonna be more cover from water or anything that could hit the trumpet or mess up this air compressor. So I'm gonna put a better grill, more closer. It wouldn't be exposed like this. So I'm gonna get going. Okay, I already removed the grill. It was a total of 6 screws, 3 in the bottom and 3 on the top, right there, right there, right there. Total of 6 screws. So the grill is already off, as you can see. Now I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna put my compressor and my trumpet, so I could know where to drill the hole where it will look nice. Also, I forgot to mention, you're gonna need I got one of these 8.8. It's small, so you could put it like right here. So when you drill the hole, it has something to like hold on to. So it goes right here. Make sure it fits perfectly right there, as you could see. So I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna figure out where I wanted it, and I'll show you guys right now how I did it. Okay, now I figured out where I want my compressor. Since it already has 2 holes right there, I didn't make these holes, they were already there. So I decided to insert the tubing from the one that leads to the air compressor to put it right here. I'm gonna drill a hole so I could be holding on to here. This is in the passenger side. Here's where I want it to be. So I'm gonna drill a hole right here on this side, right here, so I could hold a compressor. So I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna drill a hole right now. This is where I want it. This is a position where I want the compressor, because it's more closer to the battery. So, and I could run the wires wherever I want, so it's an easy truck to work on. So I'm gonna run the wires. I'm gonna try to do it as professional, so I could show you how to not leave wires outside, so I could have them hidden behind the grill and in the body of the Chevy, my 79 Chevy C20. So I'm gonna try to do my best to run the wires through all these gaps right here, and go around it. And since I found a little hole right here, let me see if the camera could capture it. Oh, right here, right there. I could run the wires so I could go through the firewall. Right there. Through the firewall. So once I run the wires through here to the firewall, it'll be easy access to go through that hole. Right there. Through that one hole. And it'll be easy, so I could insert like the button. I could insert it right here or anywhere around here, but I already have the electrical fuel pump, so because this one has dual tank. So I decided to put it over here on the driver's side. I think it'll be more easier to drill a hole right here. So I'll be having the button like maybe right here. So it's gonna be easy to install this horn. Okay, now I'm gonna choose a drill bit, which one I want, so I could drill it. So I measure the bolt with the drill bit. Never go higher, always start with the smallest drill bit right there, so it won't be loose, because if you go higher it might be loose. So I measure it right here. If it's almost identical, it might not be identical, maybe I'm gonna have to use the next a bigger size drill bit, but for right now I'm gonna start with this one. It's almost the same as the bolt. So if it doesn't fit, I'm gonna go one size bigger. So remember, use the ones to drill metal, because this, if you use the other type, it might break the drill bit and you're gonna have to buy another set. So always make sure this is for metal, this drill bit. It's not for wood. You could use it for wood also, this one, because it's strong. It's for metal. So I'm gonna get going and install the air compressor. Okay, since it didn't fit in the hole, the bolt, the one I drilled, didn't fit. So I'm gonna go, like I said, one more size more bigger. Okay, now I'm gonna tighten the bolt with the 3/8 10mm socket. Okay, I already tightened it a little bit, not all the way in, because the air compressor has to slide in this slider right here. So I'm gonna put it right here and slide it down right there. See, it's already set up perfectly where I want it to be. Look at that, looks nice, right? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on a washer here, right here, and put on a bolt. Right here. Now it's time to tighten it as much as you can till it tights very well. You could put Loctite if you want, so it won't shake in case you hit bumps. It won't loosen. The bolt won't loosen. But I haven't had any issues with my compressor, because I have another one in my car, the same one, the Wolo brand, this one. So now I know it's not gonna shake, it's not gonna go nowhere. Look at that, it's beautiful. It looks professionally done, like it belongs right there, especially with this hole that I was already made, these holes. So there was no need to drill and put all the energy right there. So now what I'm gonna do is install the trumpet on the top right here, like on top of the grill, right there. I'll position it right here, like that. Or you could position it like this, but nah, I don't think it's gonna fit. So I'm gonna position it like that. And I might need a bigger bolt so it could reach perfectly, because if you choose a small bolt, it's not gonna work, because it's not gonna reach to tighten it more longer. So never choose you're gonna have to choose one of these long ones. They're probably like an inch bigger than the one I was using, and I realized it was not gonna fit, so this one will be perfect. 1 inch. So I'm gonna use this one right now. I'm gonna drill and use these 1 inch, with either 1 inch size bolts. They're the same ones. 8.8, the grade. So it's not that big, not a big bolt. It's a small one, skinny. You could buy a whole set of these in the auto parts store. I bought a bunch of them, so I'm gonna get going and start working on this trumpets. Okay, I already tightened this horn already. Try not to over tighten it because this thing could break because it's plastic. So the bolt head is right there, you can see. On the top I put the washer and the donut. So now I'm gonna install the other horn, the other trumpet I mean. So now I have to see how I want it. I could choose to do it like this, but probably I'm gonna do it like that, the same one, like the same way as this one, but more separated a little bit. So, well, wait, it has to be more inside than this because this is where the grill goes. This is where you tighten the grill, so it has to be like, you can move it a little bit forward, right there, right there. So you could also buy this more longer piping if you want, but this one already came with it, so I don't feel like putting buying more piping for it. So I'm gonna install it a little bit forward so it could have enough space. So I'm gonna get going right now and install the other one. And always, I forgot to mention to always disconnect the battery when working on electrical. Since all this is electric, all this switches. So I'm basically almost done installing I'm already done installing the compressor, this trumpet. So I just need the last trumpet. And now after that I'm gonna show you how to run the wires, the inside, through all those holes behind the headlight and around. Okay, I already installed the second trumpet, as you could see right there. So it was this little bit left over, so I'm gonna use a grinder and grind this. Always use eye protection when grinding stuff. It's right here, so I'm gonna grind it off a little bit with the grinder carefully. So this is how I wanted the trumpet, like that. This one I had to go a little bit forward, as you could see, because it was not gonna fit perfectly right there. Because this is where the grill goes. So yeah, I did everything. So the positive cable and the negative, I decided not to drill any more holes since these have holes all over. So you could put them in there. I decided to put it where the headlight, or like on top, right there. So I put it, the one that leads to the air compressor, to the negative gauge, goes all the way up there. And the one that you make a Y, the one that makes a Y, the one that leads to, I'm gonna run the whole wires through here. I'm gonna tape them and use zip ties and hide it behind this thing. I don't know what's it called. It's part of the front. So I'm gonna run the wires right here. So I'm gonna run it and tape it all around, use zip ties, do whatever it takes so it won't show the wire, the one that leads to the to this relay. So the one that you do a Y is gonna be this one, number 30 and number, let me see, focus, 86 and 30. You make a Y, like in my other previous video. You make a Y, you join them together, make a Y right here, you splice it, and then that one is gonna lead to the battery, the positive terminal. And the ground doesn't really matter. I'm gonna use, since this cable is the one that leads to the compressor, the ground cable, I'm planning to put it right here, which is ground, because it's attached to the body. So I'm gonna put it right here. But the thing is, I don't know if this bolt is gonna fit in here, so I'm probably gonna have to buy another bigger hole on it right here. So we'll see. If not, I could just wrap it around this one with the wire. This wire, just wrap it around here. And the other one, the one I said to make a Y, the 30 and 86, I have a big hole like this one, so I'm gonna wrap it around. I'm gonna buy these, a bigger one, but since I don't have one right now, I'm just gonna wrap the wire around the negative right here on the body. Else it won't fit, so I'm just gonna have to wrap it around the wires. Okay, since I decided to do this instead of struggling with this, which it was not gonna fit, like I said, between right here versus right here, the ground, the one that was here, it was not gonna fit in this bolt. So what I did, I used a wire stripper, and I'm gonna wrap it around this cable and put electrical wire, and it should be fine. So I don't have to struggle spending more money on buying this. So I'm gonna wrap it right here. You could solder it, but I'm gonna wrap it and use electrical tape. So right now I'm gonna cut it a little bit so I can wrap it around, and then tighten it right here, and it should be good. So I could, because these are all ground, all these, so I'm gonna wrap them around and it should be good. So I'm gonna get going. Okay, I already wrapped the black wire, the one that leads to the compressor, to this one. I had to strip it a little bit, as you could see. So now I'm gonna put all these two together on the ground. So I'm gonna wrap, like I said, I'm gonna wrap this with electrical tape so water or any debris will not get there and get corroded. So I'm gonna use the black tape, the electrical tape, and then wrap all this. I cover it with this thing, this wire protector. So after that, I'm gonna strip this wire. Okay, I already wired the wire, the one that leads to the compressor, this one, to this one. So now I already put everything back together. There's probably like two cables right here that are ground. So now what I'm gonna do is strip this one, the 86 and 30, the one that you make a Y. So I'm gonna strip it right now. So basically what you do is put it right here, put it right there, then you press the thing and it will strip it. See? Easy. So I like to use this tool, the stripper cutter, so because it makes it more easier. You could use a plier, but I like to use this. So this is the positive, because something got damaged right here, the terminal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it like that, or I could wrap it around this one. Let me see. Yeah, I could wrap it around here and put the bolt and like that. See? So this is the positive one. So this one is a negative, the black one right here. So this is the positive. So yeah, This is a positive terminal. Okay, the 86 and 30 already, I don't know if you could see right there, I wrapped it around it. So make sure the 86 and 30, the one you make a Y, make sure it has perfectly contact, good battery contact, because like I said, you don't want to drain the battery. And also I have to buy the, like this thing, I don't know what's it called, so I don't have to be doing it like this wire behind it. So make sure it has perfect contact. Tighten it very well with the socket, but right now I'm just showing how to do it. So I still have to install the switch inside the truck, so I'm getting there. I know it's a little bit challenging when I had to be recording and doing it by myself. So I ran the wire like the same place where I ran the ground cable, this one for the compressor, through the same hole. So now I could hit I already hit in the cable, so you cannot see it. You could also pull it a little bit, not too much, so you could hide it right there, see? And it goes right there on the bottom, through that hole right there. So I'm basically done right here with the ground cable, right here in the front, and in the battery. So like I said, always disconnect the battery when working on electrical. I'm just gonna, that's why it's not connected on the negative, so there's no short right here. So I'd rather just leave it not connected, even though nothing will happen because the negative cable is disconnected. So now what I'm gonna do is, like I said, the 85, that's the one that I had to extend, so I could put it all the way over there through the firewall for the switch. Since I had to extend the number 85, and I don't have the wire, I have 14 gauge, and this is 16. So I know I recommend to use the red one and the black one so you don't get things mixed up, but for right now I'm gonna use this blue one with the red one with the positive. So this is gonna be the positive. So I'm gonna use this one. It's the same size as this one. It's a 16 gauge, just so I could run the number 85 all the way to the button under the firewall, so I could run it through the firewall. Okay, I already run the number 85 wire. I already run it through here, through this hole, and it will come out through this hole. So I put it in and then out, and then up right there by the headlight. I don't know if you could see right there in that hole, run the wire, the number 85, and then I spliced it so I could extend it. I'm gonna put electrical tape. You could solder it, but I decided to use I'm gonna use electrical tape. But before you connect these two wires, make sure you run the cable first. I run it through that hole, the big one. I put my hand in there, it could fit. Well, actually that one, that big one right there. And I guide it all the way over there, if you could see, as much as I can, into that hole right there. So I didn't have to do any holes. I'm gonna try to put it in, I'm gonna try to see if I could put it right here, the inside, the blue wire. So this blue wire is gonna be the positive terminal from the number 85. The one that's gonna lead to the switch or the button. So like I said, I was gonna run through the firewall. So I already extended the wire. So I extended the wire like I said, through the firewall. Right there. So now I left it right here. So I decided that I'm gonna put the switch probably like right here, so it could be closer. So I'm gonna install it right there. I'm gonna have to drill like 2 holes right here, and maybe another hole in the middle, so I can run this wire. So I'll see right now first I had to drill the holes right here. Right here. Set it completely where you want it. Center it. And like remember, start with the smallest drill bit. And then I'll figure out if I want to make a kind of like a bigger hole, so I can run the two wires, the negative and the positive. The number 85 and the negative, like I said, is gonna go through that bolt right there that you see the wires, because that's ground right there. So it's gonna be easy. Like I said, it's an easy truck to work on, to put on the wires, where to run it, because it has holes already. Like I said, the only holes that you have to do is the trumpet. So those were the only holes, and I had to grind them off because they were like sticking out a little bit, the bolt. So right now I'm almost getting done with the wiring. So now I'm gonna put on the button, the switch. And like I said, it doesn't matter where you put the wires, because there's no negative or positive. So you could put the positive here and the negative here, or the negative here or the positive. It doesn't matter, like I said, because it doesn't have no negative or no positive. So right now I'm gonna look for some bolts so I could start drilling right here. So I'm gonna start with the smallest drill bit, and then from there I'm gonna get going. Okay, so I already found some good screws for the holes right here. So I'm looking right now for the smallest drill bit. If it's too big, I'm gonna go smaller. So I'm gonna try another smaller one, just to be on the safe side so they won't be loose. So I'm gonna start drilling right now, like I said, right here. Okay, now I calculated where I wanted the holes. Like I said, I'm gonna make the two holes so I could hold the switch or the button, whatever you want to call it. And in the middle, I didn't care. I wanted to make a bit as big as I can, because I'm gonna run the two wires, the positive and the negative. I already connected the negative right there where you see the bolt, the black one, which is this one. I already connected to that bolt where you see the wires right here, and this one. So this black one is gonna go through this hole right here, and it's gonna be wrapped around like this one right here, like this one, into the switch. So I wrapped it around the little tiny bolt right here in the switch. So this is where it's gonna go. Okay, I already installed the two wires, the positive and the negative. I already put on the button, the switch. So it looks nice right there, I like it. So like I said, it's easy installation. And if it's too long, the wires, you could get a zip tie and put it like to a side, onto the side. If they hang too much, you could put a zip tie. But I decided not to put a zip tie right now. I'll just leave it like that. So now, okay, where I spliced it, I already put electrical tape, so so it won't get corrosive or water or cause a short. So I already put electrical tape, a good amount of electrical tape. Okay, since I didn't want to use zip ties, I hide the wire right here, all the way inside. Although over here, like I said, I'm not gonna cut it until I know from the inside. I'm not gonna cut the wire, so I know I could adjust it. So once I install it to the button and I adjust it, I'm gonna cut it so I could cut the rest of it, the excessive wire. So it looks good. There's already running through the firewall, so I already have it hidden as much as I can. So now I'm gonna use the electrical wire so I could hide all these, like make it look more nicer instead of like this. Like I said, I'm gonna hide it over here. Probably I am gonna have to use zip ties to hide it under here. So I'm gonna wrap all this with electrical wire. And what else? I'll also put the relay right here. that's it, I guess. Yeah, electrical wire here also. Summary, whenever you're working on electrical vehicles, always disconnect the battery and also use drill bits that are made for metal when drilling. And always be careful where you drill. You don't want to drill somewhere like in a wire or a radiator or anything like that, so just be careful where you drill. So this vehicle, like I said, it's easy. It had a lot of holes and I only had to drill like 3 holes basically. The other ones I just ran the wires through there, so this was an easy vehicle. So all these, if you don't know how to install it, I have another video. Check out my other video, how to do it yourself, install the wiring. Right here I just show you how the steps, how I did it on this truck and how easy it was. So now that I installed the battery, everything's set to go. There's the positive and the negative. Got all my grounds. So remember, use red and black. Don't use any color if you have to. You could mix them up, but you don't want to mix them up. Just go with red and black. And make sure it's a 16 gauge, not a 14 gauge. It's too thick. So I recommend the trumpets facing this side, because if you face it forward, dirt could go in because you're driving forward. So always do it sideways like that. I could have extended more the trumpet all the way over there on the on the driver's side. I could have extended it to the driver's side, but since I don't have a long tube, it came with these tubes, short tubes. So yeah, this was the only method I used. Oh, and I forgot to grind off this, but I'll do it later. It's no biggie. Okay, now is the moment of truth, if it's gonna sound. See, it works. Easy installation when it comes to classic cars, trucks. But when you have a newer vehicle, it might be challenging. You have to find a way to either find a way so you could put it through the firewall, so you could put it like underneath where you're gonna put it, or decide where you're gonna put it. So it's more challenging when it comes. This is my project truck. I'm still working on it. I still have to clean it out. So there you go. Now we can see it works and it sounds loud. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for the support, for all you subscribers that subscribe to my channel. It helps a lot. And I'll be making more videos of different things. Now I'm gonna put back the grill. Either way, I'm gonna change it anyway. So this is the original horns right here. In case you're wondering if it didn't have horns, it does. So thanks for watching. See you on to the next video.